Hey y'all, welcome to today's edition of Full Disclosure. It is bittersweet because we have come to the end of our video series together. I just want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in, for sharing, and for commenting as we've gone on this journey together. It's been a really great experience for me personally, and I hope it's been helpful for you. I also want to thank the NSA for giving me this platform to share my messages and to share best practices and things that I've learned. There are so many awesome people at the NSA who volunteer, who work for the NSA, and so I am just grateful for this opportunity to share some of my perspective with you. Okay, so this video is really important because it's all about the money, making sure you get paid for what you're worth. So today we're going to be talking about getting paid your worth, and I'm going to share with you some tips on how you can do that and make sure that you are paid equally and what you are worth for your experience. So I want to start off with kind of a sobering statistic. In 2018, there was research that was done that showed that on average, people who stutter make $7,000 less than our fluent counterparts. This is a lot of money, especially if you think about it over a lifetime of earnings. This can be tens of thousands of dollars that we're missing out on. So I want to share with you a few tips to make sure that we are closing the wage gap and that we are getting everything that we deserve. So I said I was going to give you some tips, and I'm going to give you 3 tips today. 3 seems to be the number that I love. So the first one is going to be this. That first tip is going to be use your resources. There are so many resources at our disposal, especially because of the internet. A lot of companies now, because of the law, are required to post salary information on their roles. I'm not sure what the specific law is, but I know that COVID and with remote work, a lot of states have required companies post their salary ranges within the job description. So for a lot of these jobs that you may see posted online, the job or the salary information is embedded within that job description. So take a look at that. You'll understand the range to understand what they are paying and what you're eligible for. There's also a few resources that I personally like. Glassdoor.com, they also have an app, is a fantastic resource. You can not only look up jobs within the app or on the website, but you can also look up benefit information. So people will comment what their favorite benefits of a company are, or you can look up the salary information for a specific role. So say if you're applying for a project analyst role, you can go on Glassdoor, look up a particular company, and within that company, look up salary information for project analysts, and people who work at the company, they are confirmed, I think, through Glassdoor's database or whatever, and they can submit their salary information anonymously. So you can have first-hand information from people who work there that self-report their salaries, so you can understand what you can expect to make in a particular role. I think that's awesome. Another resource that's great is salary.com, another way for you to look up specific salary and pay information. Also, if you're applying to any tech companies, like big tech companies like Meta or Amazon, levels.fyi is a great resource to understand some of the pay ranges that you can expect there. A lot of tech companies, they have a different pay structure. They may pay in equity, so like, stocks or, shares of a company, in addition to, your base salary and any potential bonuses you can earn as well. My second tip would be to understand the salary early in the application process. So as I mentioned, you can always go on the job description. Hopefully the salary is listed there. If you do make it to an interview and you're talking to the recruiter, I would make it a point to say, hey, what salary range do you have budgeted for this particular role, if they don't tell you openly? If they don't tell you openly, I always think of this as a red flag, because why are you hiding this information from me? You know and I know that I'm not going to work for free, so I need to know that. I definitely think there is a tactful but firm way that you can get that information. So I always recommend, if it's not provided, simply asking in a very straightforward way, hey, what is the salary that you have listed for this role, or what is the salary range that you have budgeted for this role, to get that information. Okay, so that third and final tip is going to be very important, and it's to advocate for yourself. At this point, you've done your research, so you know what the salary of a particular company that you're applying for is going to be. So you have that number or range in your mind. You've also, if you've gone through the interview process, the recruiter has made it clear what the salary range that they have budgeted for that role is. When you think of a range, say for example you're applying for again a project analyst role, and that range is $50,000 to $70,000 a year. If you're not as experienced, then you can probably expect to be on the lower end of that range. Candidates that typically have a lot of experience coming into the role will be placed at that higher end of the band. So if you are early in your career, or if you're transitioning to a different industry, knowing that salary range and where you may fall on that range is important to understand. But say for example you've gotten the role, you've gotten the job. Congratulations, that's awesome, that's what we hope for. Now you are in a great position to negotiate. And when I say you're in a great position, it's because you now have gotten the offer, so it's clear they want you. You're the top candidate. This puts you in a great position to negotiate. So if you are, say, offered something at the bottom of that range, and you have articulated your value, you've articulated your experience and what you've done, you may be in a good negotiating position to say, hey, I'm super thrilled about the offer. Based on my experience and some of the things I've done previously, I'd like to understand what we can do to get to this particular range. And you may use that as an opportunity to use or have leverage to get yourself paid more money. Okay, I could probably do a full series on just salary negotiation and pay equity, but one resource I will recommend, Madeline Mann. She is a content creator. I followed her videos for years, and they have been great nuggets of knowledge for me. So I encourage you to follow her as well for more information on everything on the career search, but specifically how to negotiate salary and ensure you're paid well. But that's it. Those are my 3 tips. So the first is going to be utilizing your resources. The second is going to be understanding salary early. And the third is going to be advocating for yourself. And that's it. I, again, want to thank you all for your support throughout this 12 video series. I had a blast creating it, and I hope that it is helpful to you, and I was able to provide some encouragement, some insight, and hopefully some helpful information that is really going to be useful to you in your career. As always, thank you so much. Follow the NSAs for their resources, especially the We Stutter at Work program. So many incredible career profiles, past webinars, and also practice interviews for when you do get to the point of getting ready for interviews for your jobs. But again, thanks so much. I hope y'all take care and stay safe. Bye, y'all.